Okay, let's get started. I am pressing play on my playlist. We don't have a ton of wind this morning, so hopefully the screen won't be blowing back and forth like last time. And we are going to have a great class this morning. All right, seated position, eyes come closed. Whew. All right, a new space today, new space this morning or this evening or whenever it is that you choose to practice. I think that's important. You know, recognize that this space is new. You can do whatever you want with it. You can decide consciously to be the best version of yourself in this space. I think that's kind of cool about yoga. You know, we're given this opportunity to not hold on to certain identities that we've just clung to and we've decided to adopt. Maybe we can free ourselves of those things and just sort of show who we truly are, who we truly feel like. Maybe this morning we can let this practice kind of help assist in that. So what's going on in your body this morning? What's going on in your mind? Maybe take a couple cleansing breaths. So with each exhale, you know, let that ground you. Take in your environment, breathe that in, internalize it, and let it ground you. Give yourself something strong to hold on to. Start to just kind of soften the body a bit more. Meaning drop the shoulders, soften the face. And this morning, let's have some strong alignment. Let's be intentional about our poses. Let's do our best to just stay here. To stay here in this hour. Crown of the head lifts up just a little bit more. Feel that lengthen through the back of your neck. Chin sort of lifts. Okay, and this morning I'm going to ask 2 breaths from you. Okay, loud, vocal, powerful breaths. So take a deep breath in. Open the mouth. Let's go again. Big inhale. Squeeze the back of your throat. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and just turn our head to the left. So you're looking over your left shoulder. And then let's turn all the way to the other side. Over towards the right. Let's do that again. Turn to the left. Nothing else moves. You're just rotating the neck. And last time over to the right. Beautiful. Bring the head and neck back to a neutral position. Drop the chin to the chest. Now here, just actively press the shoulders away a little bit more. Let's bring the head and neck back up. Keep going. Carry the gaze all the way up to the sky. Tilt the head back. And don't fight this here. Don't fight to keep your mouth closed. Let it open. And bring the head and neck back to a neutral position. Good. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. We're slowing it down just a little bit. Bigger motion. So big inhale, squeeze them up. Exhale, down and back. And then this time, inhale, lift them up. And again, move a little slower. Bigger motions. Exhale, roll them forward. And again, I'm asking you, what's going on with our body? How's it feeling this morning? Where's some tension? Good. And let's just drop those shoulders down. Hands come onto our knees here. As you inhale, let's kind of pull ourselves low over towards the right knee. Sweep through the middle. Over towards the left side. Oh, that feels so good on the low back. And draw it back. Drop the chin to the chest on the way back. Yes. So inhale. Keep pulling through, drawing some big circles here. Full range of motion. Exhale. Draw it back. Open the upper back. Let's go one more time through. And then we'll switch directions. Ooh. And let's go other side. So an inhale, kind of drop the chest towards that left leg. Come through center, bring it around. And one last time through. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the upper body back to being stacked above those hips. And then let's inhale and lift those arms up to the sky. Release the shoulders. Let's lift a little bit taller. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the arms halfway. Inhale, lift them back up. This time, exhale, bend the elbows, draw them to your rib cage. Big exhale. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, arms straight in here, halfway down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw them to the rib cage. Inhale, one more time through. Exhale, halfway, palms lift up to the sky. Good. Inhale, lift the arms. And last time, exhale, bend, pull down on that imaginary bar. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, just bring them back down to your sides. All right, let's move the legs a little bit more here. So what I'd like for you to do is bring your left leg, keep it crossed. Your knee's gonna go straight out in front of you and cross that right foot over it. And then really tuck this left foot in close. Okay, so maybe your heel touches your right booty cheek. Just kind of tuck that in. And then try your best to just bring this right knee as close to the body as you can, knee coming straight up to the sky. And just kind of hug over it, get your length here, so crown of the head lifts up. If you're as tight as I am, I already feel this through my glute, through that right glute. And keeping that right foot planted, just start to bring that left elbow onto the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. Nice twist here. Turn that gaze just a little bit more. Last inhale. Exhale. Good. And let's inhale and just kind of unwind out of this. You can do your fun party trick where the legs stay where they are. And you just lift the hips. Turn, 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 turn. Flip, flop it, other side. So again, tuck that right foot in this time. Plant your left foot. Doing your best here. Draw that left knee in close to the body. So really feel this with your alignment. Do you feel how naturally we want this left hip? Even your booty cheek might be up off the ground. Plant that and then readjust. Draw it back in. Maybe you have to kind of replant. That's how we're going to feel the biggest stretch here. Crown of the head lifts. Hug it in. Now keep planting that left foot. Begin to wrap the right arm. Use that as a leverage point. Left hand comes back behind you. And take that gaze all the way back. Last inhale. Exhale it out. And inhale, let's come back. Beautiful. Last little thing here, just extend the legs straight. And I'm going to turn here with you guys. So extend the legs straight. Make sure that you're connected here. So when people say, find your sit bones, draw maybe some of that tissue up so that you can really make a strong connection. Make sure the spine's long. Inhale, lift the arms. Let's just warm the spine up a little bit more. So exhale here, nice and long. And then drop the hands. Let the spine curve. Just embrace it for a moment. We haven't warmed up the back of the legs too much yet, so that's okay. And then inhale here, walk the hands up the leg. Drop the shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the arms. So nice long spine here as you lower down. Big exhale. And when you can't hold it any longer, drop the hands. Drop the chin. Shake out the head and neck. And walk those hands back up the legs. Release the shoulders. Beautiful. Now here's something just kind of fun. What I'd like for you to do is just scoot your bottom and so you can plant your feet and then start to just kind of rock here. So rock down onto your back. And then what we're actually going to do is roll over on our shins to essentially come onto our hands and knees. So when you have enough momentum, kind of roll yourself up onto your hands and knees, just a kind of a fun way to energize your body. And we'll come onto our hands and knees. So a couple rotations here, cat and cow. We're not going to do a bunch. Take a big inhale. Exhale, press that spine up. You guys know what to do. And then your inhale, remember, we're dropping the belly. Shoot the shoulders away from the ears here. Let's go just a few more times. Good. And on that last exhale, just go ahead and bring the spine back to a neutral position here. Gazing down at your hands, I'd like for you to just kind of walk your knees back just a tiny bit, create a little bit more space here. And then let's drop that right hip towards the right elbow, or right wrist, I should say, and then just shift it back, child's pose. Inhale, draw that left hip towards your left wrist. And then bring it back to child's pose. Really connect that breath. So big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just a couple more here. Try and just kind of warm up those hips a little bit. Get some fluid movement through them. Beautiful. So make sure you just even out your side. So maybe one more on each side. And then let's rest back in child's pose. So drawing back those hips, arms extend here. Feel free to drop the elbows, rest the forehead. Now let's actually take our hands here and wrap them around the ankles. And then I'd like for you, instead of your forehead to be what connects you to the mat, tuck the chin a little bit more and let the crown of your head come onto the mat. So not the forehead, keep going back a little bit more all the way to the crown of the head. Now here, start to lift the hips so you roll a little bit more onto the head. Keep holding onto the ankles and feel the stretch through the upper back. One more inhale. Exhale, just lower the hips a little bit. Two more times. Inhale, start to lift. Roll onto the crown of the head. Hold on to those ankles. Beautiful stretch through the upper back. Lower the hips. Last time. Inhale. Lift the hips. It's subtle. Just a few inches. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and drop the hips. Extend those arms back out. You can shift so that your forehead is back to your mat. Take the knees to the outer edge of your mat. Find a little more comfortable restorative variation here of child's pose. All right, let's really warm it up. We're going to go through our sun salutations rather quickly because we're going to warm up the body. We know the poses. We've spent quite a bit of time here warming up the parts of the body to focus on the sun salutations. So we're going to roll through them. When you're ready, inhale, start to shift your way into the hands, tuck the toes. Let's lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. And here, just kind of shake out the hips, shake out the legs, shake out the head. Consider how we're doing in our first downward facing dog, what automatically comes to mind. So we generously bend one knee, followed by the other, pedaling out those heels. Maybe come up high onto the toes. Beautiful. And your next inhale, begin to walk the feet towards the hands. Let's inhale right up into our half lift. Exhale back into that forward fold. Make sure we're not hanging out in the heels. Toes are grounding you as well as the heels. Bend the knees. Let's bring it all the way up. Big inhale, lift the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And let them just flow down by your side. Let's do this thing. Big inhale, arms lift, be intentional. Use your whole body. Exhale, bring it on down, forward fold. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step it back. One foot followed by the next. Tuck the elbows. If you need to drop to your knees, do so. Lead with the heart. Inhale to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. Are we connecting our breath? That's the whole point. That is what makes this sequence powerful. When you're ready, walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale right up into it, half lift. Press that low back down. Lengthen through the spine. Release back down, forward fold. Bend through the knees. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up to the sky. And exhale to heart center. Hands come by the sides. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Step one foot back, followed by the next. So really here, rotate the elbows, shift that weight forward. So we're on the toes, lowering the heart. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. When you're ready, begin to walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Give it all up. Hands lift to the sky. And exhale them to your heart center. Draw all back in. Hands rest by the sides. Let's go final time. Big inhale, lift it up. Exhale, forward fold. So that's a beautiful swan dive down. Inhale to half lift. And exhale here, forward fold. I'm going to give you the option, maybe plant the hands. Instead of just stepping, maybe add a hop. Little hop back to your plank. Feel free to drop the knees still if you need to. Lower through the chest, bending the elbows straight back. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Take just one breath here. Exhale it out. Your next inhale, maybe add that hop again to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And here we go. Inhale, rise all the way. Make sure you breathe. Don't get lightheaded. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Eyes come closed. Draw your hands down by your sides. Those palms face out. One more big breath. Big inhale. Exhale, release it. Let's lift the hands to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your half lift. Draw the hands back. Arrow arms. You're gazing just in front of your mat. Back of your neck is long. Good. Sweep the left hand out in front of you. Gaze still stays down. Right hand sweeps out. Beautiful. Really using your core here. Take a big inhale and fold. Good. Here, let's step that left foot back. Drop the back left knee, untuck your toes, sweep those hands high. And you know, we're growing. Each week we're growing. Maybe heel toe out that right foot a little bit more so we can come into a little bit lower, stronger, more powerful stance. Arms stay nice and high. Good. Take a big inhale. And exhale, drop that left hand. Let's reach that right. And then let's do it this morning. Tuck your back left toes and let's come up onto them, lifting that left knee. Pull, actively draw the right knee into your body. And then actively press the hips down towards your mat. Last inhale. Good. Now exhale here. Just drop that right hand. You're framing your foot still. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale right up into your chair pose. Beautiful. Stay low here. Now come up here onto your right toes. Drop that right heel. Okay, left heel lifts. And drop it. Let's go one more time. Right heel lifts. Arms are still high. You can do this. Let's drop and lift the left heel. Beautiful. Take one last inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift. Draw the arms back, arrow arms. Okay, gaze down at your feet for me. Make sure we're not hanging out in those heels. Shift the weight a little forward. We're strong. We can do this. Sweep that right hand forward, followed by the left. Now draw your head in between the arms. Okay, so ears are by your biceps. Last inhale. Good. Exhale and fold. This time, step that right foot back. Drop that right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift. And again, we're growing. Maybe heel toe, that left foot out a little bit more. Squaring those hips. Press your center here into your mat. So we feel that awesome stretch here. I mean, in a couple different ways. You obviously feel it through the left leg, but you're really opening up that right front of your thigh. Last inhale. Good. Exhale, drop this time that right hand. Come up on those back right toes, lifting that knee, and left hand comes high. So do y'all see what I'm saying here? When our hips can stay really high, or we can press deeper bend here through the left knee, bring your center closer towards the mat. Last inhale. Good. Let's exhale. Drop that left hand. And again, foot is framed here. Big step up to meet the left foot. Inhale up to your chair. Yes. Remember, arms are always optional in yoga. Always optional. If you want to drop them, you can. And lift that right heel for me. Drop it. Lift the left. Add that breath. Next inhale. Lift the right heel. Exhale. Bring it down. Inhale. Lift the left. Good. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale. Extend the legs. Forward fold. So shake out your head and neck here for me. Let's actually find our full extent of our forward fold. Hold on to your elbows here and just gently sway side to side. So that upper body hanging really heavy. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release the elbows here. When you're ready, we'll step that left foot back. And then come up strong here to your high lunge. So back left knee is lifted. Good. And then let's open it up, warrior two. And again, we're being intentional. We've got a lot of power in this flow this morning. So deep bend through that right knee. Relax your shoulders. And then let's actually flip those palms up. So externally rotating the shoulders. That right knee is drawing out. It wants to collapse in. Keep drawing it out. Take a big inhale. Good. Exhale. Take that left hand, wrap it around the back. Lift the right hand. So a nice modification here for some support on the low back. Good. Let's inhale. Come back to your warrior two. And drop that right forearm. Left hand lifts to the sky. Go ahead, drop that right hand if it's in your practice to the inside of your right foot. Deep bend through that right knee. Maybe we come right into our bind this morning. We've done a lot with the shoulders and kind of opening them up. So take that left hand, wrap it behind you if it feels okay. Right hand comes between the legs. Make that connection and open up. Maybe we just kind of practice this right now. We'll get another opportunity to try the full bird of paradise. And obviously, if it's calling to you, you can certainly come into it. Take one more inhale here, though. Open the chest a little bit more. Deep bend through the right knee. You can do this. Good. As you exhale, right hand comes back to the inside of your right foot. Left hand comes high. And then use some strength here. Come back to your warrior two. And then let's windmill those hands down. Frame your right foot. Step it back to your plank. Shift that weight forward. Let's chaturanga here. Vinyasa through. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. So from downward facing dog, I'm just going to ask you to drop the knees here. We're going to get that other side here in just a moment. Drop the knees though. Now, drop your elbows. And we're gonna get into dolphin pose. So elbows drop here. And then let's have those hands on the mat. So you're making an 11 with your arms. That's always how I learned. A good way to also know where, like how far apart your arms should be is hold on to your elbows. So just kind of cross your arms here. And wherever it feels naturally to kind of hold on to those elbows or kind of hold your arms, that's the width that you need to have. So then just open those back up, make your 11s. So the hips are high right now, but just come into your plank. Okay, feel comfortable here. Making sure that we're stacking those shoulders above our elbows, all the same things. Big inhale. Then exhale, start to lift the hips. I'm gonna walk my toes forward just a little bit. So we don't want the head touching the mat, although the crown of the head comes pretty dang close. Hips stay high. And again, just as down dog, we can have a deep bend through the knees. Here's our dolphin. Let's take another inhale. Full exhale. You've got one more. You can do this. Release it out. Let's shift back into our plank. So just adjust here, just the footing. Then you can drop the knees. Let's just come into our puppy pose straight from this. So hips stay nice and high. Extend those arms long though. We're lowering the chest down to our mat. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, just kind of fingertip walk your hands out a little bit further. And last inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Bring the fingertips back underneath the elbows. So we're back into our tabletop position here. Tuck both toes. Inhale. And then let's exhale, shift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Yeah. So we can really see the difference between dolphin and downward facing dog. Essentially the same pose, but very, very different. The sensation in it is super different. You almost feel like when you come into downward facing dog, you've got so much more room. You're like, oh, I can get my hips way higher. Let's start to walk the feet towards the hands here. Take an inhale. Let's reset. Half lift here. Draw those shoulders back. Good. And exhale back down, forward fold. So this time, just step that right foot back. Nice big step. Inhale, high lunge. So we're just going to do our same sequence on that other side. So here's our high lunge. Deep bend through the left knee. And let's open it up, warrior two. All the same things. Feeling really strong here. Open up those hips, deep bend through the left knee. And let's flip those palms, opening up through the chest. Last inhale. Good. As you exhale it out, wrap that right hand back behind you. Lift the left to the sky. Good. And your next inhale, let's shift back into our warrior two. And bring that left forearm to rest on the left leg. Right hand comes high. If it's in your practice, draw the left hand a little bit lower so we don't compromise the space in our chest. It's all the same. Okay, we're not collapsing down. And then start to draw those hips down towards the mat. Right hand wraps behind you. Let's come into the bind if we can. Make that connection. Pull that right shoulder back. Gazes up towards the sky. Isn't it funny how one side is maybe like way more comfortable than the other? This one is not as comfortable. Take one more inhale. Good. Exhale it out. Let's come out of our bind. Left hand places down. Right hand comes high. Use your core strength here to lift you back up. Right. Warrior two. Windmill those hands down. Frame your foot here. Step it back to your plank. Let's vinyasa through either on the toes or the knees. Lead with the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Nice job. Beautiful. So, from downward facing dog, we're gonna get into the core here. Not that we ever don't get into the core. Downward facing dog. Breathe with me here. Inhale, shift back to your plank. I need big breaths here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Add a little more spine curvature here. So inhale, come up onto the toes, keep the chin tucked to your plank. Exhale, roll it back. Downward facing dog. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. Here's our last one. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths. Open the mouth. Get some of that hot air out. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Just drop those knees here. Bring them to the outer edge of your mat. Big toes touch. Shift the hips back. Child's pose. And rest those elbows down. Good. Take just one more breath. Just a way to kind of reset and recollect. And when you're ready, that next inhale, we're going to start to shift the weight back into the hands. Tuck the toes and meet me in a plank position. Okay. We're going to continue on with that core. So plank position here. Start to shift the weight now into the right hand. Left hand starts to lift. And you can stack or you can stagger your feet. Okay, just 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. Extend the hand. Come back up. And then reach one last time. Good. Draw that left hand back down to the mat. Start to shift the weight into it. And I'll explain this a little bit more. So right hand lifts now. So as you inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm. Exhale, kind of come back down. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Right hand comes back down. Shift it back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, let's walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale to your half lift. Good, and exhale, let's come into that forward fold. Here, I'd like for you to plant your right hand. So even if you need to bend both knees here a little bit, you can do that. Right hand plants, but then this right knee is going to bend a little bit more generously. Left hand lifts up towards the sky. So your left leg is as straight as you can get it. Let that fire up that entire IT band. Last inhale. And exhale, bring that left hand down just in front of the left foot. And again, we're starting to bend the left knee. Right leg straightens. Lift that right hand. Big twist. But holy moly, do we feel that through the IT band, baby. Beautiful job. Last inhale. Good. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Good. Let's bend through the knees. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Big lift. Good. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Close the eyes. And just rest those hands at your heart center. Soften the elbows. Let them just kind of sit on your sides. Bring your thumbs to rest on your chest. Make that connection. Good. And let's bring the hands down by our sides, palms facing out. And inhale, lift the hands up to the sky. And then let's clasp them. So pointer finger and thumb come together. Super important here, okay? To draw everything in line. Let this be active. Squeeze your biceps to your ears. And then I say this often, tuck. It's this little pelvic tilt that protects our low back. When we kind of start to have these insane curves through our spine that aren't supposed to be there, we're not protecting that. It's when we can build up a lot of tension in the low back. Okay, so squeeze everything, add that little tilt. We feel that automatically relieves some tension. Take a big inhale for me. I know we've been holding this for a moment. We can do this though. Exhale, draw everything over to that right side. Now don't let that right elbow start to soften. Straight arms here. Use power, use energy. Last inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Let's go other side. Exhale. Till we feel that incredible stretch in our right side body. I feel it down my leg, all through my core, and then up through this right arm. Last inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, just lose the arms. Go ahead and draw them to your sides. Nice. Let's come into eagle because I'm feeling it. We've done enough twists and we're pretty warm. So we're going to come into our eagle pose. So adjust your footing as necessary. Hands are by your side. Let's just kind of roll out those shoulders. Take a big inhale. Let that shit go. All right, let's do this. Okay, so inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Let's sweep that right hand underneath. So when you're ready, sweep the right hand underneath, make that connection. Okay, and then we've done this before, but lift the whole unit. Okay, so we're not resting on our chest. Lift the whole unit, open up through the upper back, and then let's consider the legs. So left arm is on top, right? So left leg, find a nice low stance here. Pelvic tilt engaged. Let's lift the left leg here. And then just start to wrap. And it's a wrap that is whatever is comfortable for you. If it's 1 wrap, 2 wraps, doesn't matter. And then squeeze. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs, deeply bend that right knee. Now while you're holding this, kind of start to pull your belly in. Draw your belly button to your spine. Pull everything together. Deeper bend here. Let's go crouching, okay? So when you're ready, big inhale. As you exhale, start to lift a little bit. And then we hinge. Hands point directly out in front of you. Yes, that concentration. Last inhale. You can do this. Good. Exhale it out. Inhale, start to lift yourself back upright. Good. Lose the legs here. And then it's always a quick motion. Okay, keep it controlled though. Release the hands. Let them just kind of shake, flail. Let them move in just kind of a fun, non-traditional way. Shake it out. Oh, let's go other side. Big inhale. Let it go. Good. Let's inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. So this time that left hand is going to sweep under. Make that connection. And try to have some leverage. So always some points to press into, okay? And then again, lift this whole unit. Let's start to balance here on the left foot this time. Lift the right. Get enough space as you need, or as much space as you need, to wrap that right leg over the left. And start to bend that left knee a little bit more. Yes. Begin to draw belly button to spine. Pull it in. Can we feel that? Can we feel when we activate that? And let's begin to crouch here. Okay, so big inhale, and that lifts you. Your exhale starts to round the upper spine. Yes, hands point straight out in front of you. Deep bend. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Try to keep the arms connected and just find that wrap again. Let's take one last inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, bring the arms back upright, nice and tall. Unwind the legs. Quick motion here with the arms. Release them. Shake them out. Eyes stay closed. Let's make just any kind of movements that we need to or want to. Shaking things out. Feel free to kind of come up onto the toes or lifting alternate heels. Beautiful. Let's take one last vinyasa. One last vinyasa at the top of your mat. Let's meet there. Big inhale and lift those hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Full extension. Half lift. And exhale back down. Plant the hands, maybe hop here. Coming back to your plank. Maybe drop the knees. Last one, chaturanga, vinyasa through. Elbows go straight back, glide against the ribs. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog. So final big stretch here. I'd like for you to inhale and lift the right leg to the sky. And then deeply bend that right knee, open up and stack your hips. Now, just because you're stacking your hips, something to be mindful of is we're not opening up through our shoulders. Your shoulders and your upper body stays exactly where it is. Beautiful. Reach just a little bit more. Good. And let's square the hips, extend that leg straight. And let's come into our pigeon pose. Right knee comes towards right wrist. Drop the shin. Untuck your left toes. Any adjustments you need to make here to get comfortable. And then we're going to come right into it. Hinging straight forward. Maybe drop those elbows, drop your forearms. And most importantly, drop the head. So taking a little time to rest here. Really deep, powerful stretch here. We're warm for it. I think we're in a beautiful headspace for it. We've had some nice poses to kind of lead into this. Good. Let's take just one more inhale. You do not have to rush. Fully exhale it. Good. And your next inhale, let's start to just come up onto the hands if we're not already. Use your core here. So we'll tuck our back left toes, hover for just a moment, and then extend that right leg straight up to the sky, and then rest it down to the mat. And we'll do the other leg here. So when you're ready, inhale, let's lift that left leg to the sky. Find some length here. Deeply bend the left knee and then open up the hip. So press your right heel down to the earth. Flex your left foot. And then try to square those shoulders. There's a lot going on, I know. Last little push. Let's extend the left leg straight, square the hips, and come into pigeon. Other side. Left knee meets the earth, left shin meets the earth. Untuck your toes. Find some length here. And let's really make sure we square those hips, hinging straight over. Be really intentional about it. This pose deserves that. And then drop the head. Oh, it feels so good to find some stillness. There's times I feel like I can just, it feels like my body is just like singing to me. Thank you for stretching me. Thank you for being gentle with me. Maybe you can relate to that. You know, sometimes the go, 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 whether it's work or relationships or physical movements that are kind of go, go, go. When I show my body a little gentleness, it's like, oh, thank you. That is so nice. Thank you. Let's take one last inhale here. Exhale it out. Come up onto those hands. We'll press into them. Tuck your right toes here. Really tap into that core and find yourself hovering. And then lift that left leg up to the sky. Downward facing dog, final time. Fullest extent here. Really press the head and the neck in between those arms. Open up through the upper back. For 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Rest back on the backs of your legs here. Let's just rest in child's pose. So we're really ready to wind it down. When you're ready, let's just kind of shift our weight forward just enough so that we can actually drop one hip down to our mat and swing those legs out in front of us. We are going to extend the legs straight here, but a nice wide stance, okay? I'm sorry, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes right this moment. Right this moment. They're like loving my ankles. Okay, nice wide stance here. I'm gonna kind of go at a diagonal so y'all can still see me. Okay, nice wide stance. Let's go ahead and just start to press the heels away so toes stay lifted. Drop the shoulders. We find ourselves in like a pretty strong stance for just seated. Eyes come closed here. Good. Now let's inhale and lift both arms to the sky. And then exhale, drop your right forearm. It's coming to the inside of your right leg, okay? Left hand stays high. And here's our leverage point. We talk about this a lot. Externally rotating. And then reach this left hand over. Do we see how like this has evolved really into a beautiful thing where it's like, you know, if you maybe first started, you're like, oh yeah, I can touch my toes here, you know, and this is where we are and we're completely closed through the chest. So now it's like when we think of it in these amazing steps and of this length and where we're really supposed to feel the stretch in our bodies, it's incredible. So take a big inhale for me. Now, all we're going to do is exhale, turn, open up now the chest down towards the leg, nose comes to toes, and reach a little bit differently for these toes. So we see that different sensation here. Focusing more on the stretch of the leg here as opposed to the side body in that previous stretch. Last inhale. Exhale. Walk those hands up the leg. Kind of reset here. Let the shoulders drop down. Inhale, lift the arms. Keep pressing those heels away. Good. Let's exhale, drop that left forearm. Right hand lifts. Good. Now take that right hand and extend it overhead, and it comes towards the toes. If they touch, that's amazing. If they don't touch, that is amazing. It doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. Do not lose sight of what it's about. Try to open up the chest a little bit more. You can turn that gaze up to the sky if you can. An open heart. That is the goal. An open heart. Take an inhale here. Now with control, we just turn here, nose to toes. It's super slow. Don't ever kind of jerk through that. You're actually twisting the spine, going from sort of an open, elongated position to turning. So we never want to jerk. It's very intentional. And let's try to draw that upper body. Try to bring your chest down to meet your thigh. Big inhale. Full exhale and reach. Bend the elbows. Inhale, walk those hands back up your leg. Let's inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Now pressing the heels away. Lengthen through your spine and reach like you're trying to grab something. Powerful spine here. Powerful, powerful. And then when you can't reach anymore, drop the hands. Press the head. Feel your upper back open. Let's do that one more time. Walk those hands towards you. Drop the shoulders. Yes. Inhale, lift the hands. Okay, let's exhale. Long spine. Long spine. Reach. I feel so powerful right here. I don't know if you are feeling that too. But ground yourself. Keep going. And then rest. Now I'm going to ask you right here, surrender into this a little bit more. Don't reach those hands out so far. Actually draw them back in. You're still just letting your body hang here. Just surrender. Close the eyes. I need you to lose sight of what this pose looks like right now. Instead, just embody this. Okay, and your next inhale, go ahead and start to walk those hands back in a little bit more. Lift the upper body here. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring those legs together. And then we'll bend the knees, plant the feet, and just hold on to the knees here as we roll onto our backs. Hug those knees in, eyes come close, and I'd like for you to just make a full connection here. The entirety of your back just to the mat. Maybe gently sway side to side. In our final pose, we'll just conclude with happy baby. So if you'd like, let the knees fall open. And you can even just keep the hands on the knees. We don't have to feel like we have to take this a step further, but if you'd like, reach in between the legs. We'll use one finger to just wrap around the big toe. And just doing our best to keep pressing our sacrum, so pressing our root chakra down towards the mat. We don't want to be lifting up towards the sky. We want to keep that low back pressed. Let's take a big inhale. Release it. Let go of the big toes. Draw the knees together. Wrap the arms around the legs. And inhale to lift your chest, to lift your forehead. Find yourself in this tight ball, and I need you to squeeze with everything you've got. And I'm not kidding. I'm not playing any games. Squeeze. No, seriously, squeeze harder. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3, for 2, Release it. Release it all. Let it go. Let the legs come down to the mat. Let your hands just fall to the side. Maybe the toes point out. Immediately let the jaw soften. Immediately let the tension in between your eyebrows release. Okay, and just arrive. Just arrive as you are, unchanged, completely worthy, and divine and perfect. Arrive here in this space. So often we feel like we've got to show up a certain way. No, really, I mean that. Like in terms of our appearance, in terms of our preparedness, in terms of what people expect of us. We feel like we need to show up a certain way. What a treat it is to show up as we are. To show up in sometimes the hot mess ways that we are, the frazzled, the anxious, the upset, the uncomfortable, whatever it may be. It may change every single day, but what a treat it is to just arrive. People think that yoga is supposed to change you, that you're supposed to bring something to the start of the practice and then it's supposed to be changed. Well, that can happen. I don't think that's really what the goal is. The goal is the awareness. The goal is to say, this is what I've brought today. This is what I'm carrying with me today. And I acknowledge it. I'm aware of it. And I'm going to just choose to sit with it today. And I'm going to choose to heal that way. You know, sometimes it's not about change. Change and growth is a beautiful thing, but we have to acknowledge where we are right this moment. We need to acknowledge the things that we must bring light to so that we can transform. We've got to do the work first. Stay a moment longer if you'd like, or roll onto your favorite side. And what do we need from these two poses? Do we need a little more safety? A little more restoration? And with your eyes closed, always, there is no rush. You move at a time that feels good for you. We'll bring ourselves back up to a seated position, eyes closed, our hands resting on our knees and those palms facing up. Now this morning, I need an affirmation from you. I take that back. I don't need it. You need it. But something we're going to carry with us the rest of our day. I am worthy of all things beautiful. I am strong and courageous, and I can handle all the things that the universe finds me able to do. Speak these words every single day. Every single day. Let's finish with just one final breath all together. Big inhale. Hands come to heart center. Lift them to your forehead as a way to honor your thoughts and honor your mind. Bring them to your lips as a way to honor the words that you speak. May they heal and not hurt. And finally, let them just rest at your heart center. Honor, to truly honor that these things come through good intention. The light in me honors the same light in you. Namaste.